YouTube Wardog message over. Welcome back, guys, girls, and everybody else to part 7 of mission 3 of the Canadian campaign in combat mission Shock Force 2. The mission is called Red Barricades, and if you've been watching the series, you know that by now. You also know that in the last part we killed Zubramawi in this building back here, and that we are beginning to level an entire block of this village with the LAV. But that's arguably the safest way to approach this situation. I am still coughing. I'm recording this part immediately after part 6. So we've given this LAV orders to engage this building here for 15 seconds. We're moving some elements up in support. Let's just see what happens. Okay, 15 seconds was all that building needed to come down as well. We still don't know where their quad truck actually is. It was here when we had contact with it initially, but it's apparently not there now. Okay. What we're going to do at this stage is I am going to have the LAV move out. I'm also going to tell it to engage that for 15 seconds. And then have it sort of reverse itself back in this way. And then turn its gun down that way, I think. We'll have the Leopard here wait for 20 seconds just to give the LAV some maneuver time, and then have it creep out over this way. And we are going to have its gun just sort of pointed down this way. This other LAV that we're bringing forward, I think we will tell it to wait here for 30 seconds to allow these guys time to move. But then we'll simply bring it out this way. There's a lot of vehicles in a very small area, so we better hope that they don't get targeted by anything. But it's going to be responsible for holding the right flank there. And then I think we'll hold for now on that side. We'll bring Master Corporal Hubbard into this adjacent building here. And I think we will move Master Corporal Mixer across the street into this building. Sapper Lamont can move up into here. Master Corporal McWilliams will bump forward as well. Okay. Alright, that's a lot of movement going on. that tank can actually just go all the way now. No. Fine. There we go. Right, let's see what happens here with this highly mechanized maneuver. We are getting very clogged up with each other here, which I was hoping to avoid, but it hasn't really panned out that way. Not too sure I like the fact that this leopard has pointed his gun directly at the back of the other LAV, or even that he's reversed into the back of this building. We definitely need to get some space here. We may have to roll this LAV forward instead of having him reverse back, and just say if it's in there and it moves, kill it. And then the tank, as much as I would rather not bring them forward, we'll give it 15 seconds for the LAV to cross, and then I think you need to move up here behind this other one. You're still finishing your maneuver, which is fine. We'll put Guardsman Peacock into this building, and we will tell him to suppress that building, which will take over from Corporal Casson, who will then bump forward. Guardsman... No, we'll leave Guardsman Rapier where he is, actually. Alright, let's see how this goes, see if we can get some space without getting chewed up. There's a lot of movement going on. Okay. We've definitely created an armoured wall around our infantry. I'm just not too sure that's the best way to do this. Okie dokie. Right. What we're going to do is Corporal Casson is going to come out of the back of this building and then move into the next one with eyes down that way, and Corporal Moon in his LAV is going to wait for 20 seconds to let Corporal Casson move, and then he is going to move down this way so that he can see what's what down here, because again we still haven't found that quad truck, and I'm thinking maybe it's fallen back down onto the Al-Fayumi Road. There's no way of knowing whereabouts it's done that. We'll wait there for 10 seconds and then proceed forward, prematurely turning your gun to the left. Actually, don't do that. Have your gun pointed down that way and then hold there. There? No. Not there. You are going to hold there. That's probably going to stick him out a bit more than I would like. Yeah, that'll do. In fact, I'm not even going to give him a targeting arc when he gets to there. And then on the next turn we'll have the infantry bound into these buildings. So we'll see how that goes. These guys are still holding most of this. I think you can probably expand your coverage to basically everything. And we will have Master Corporal McWilliams bound forward into this building. It's being vacated by Corporal Casson, and Guardsman Rapier can bump up into this one. Okay, let's see how that goes. I think this quad cannon thing is our big concern now. There it is. Question is, who can see it? It's just the guardsman. That's not good. Beautiful. So that was kind of what I was hoping was going to happen, was that the guardsmen would spot it first and that they would be close enough to communicate with the LAV. So let's see when the LAV figures out. When it lights up is when it figures out where he is. It might have just been because they spotted it. It was right as they took that turn down to there, where it is right in front of them, to be fair. 23mm API rounds? That sounds like rounds for the ZSU gun to me. So they still had 600 rounds left. The LAV rolled down the hill and spotted them. And absolutely wrecked them. Good, that's also another 50 points in terms of the mission. So we've got 160 points now. Where are we at here? Let me review the briefing and stuff. We've done that, we've done that, we've done blue. Destroy the AA platform and the barricades. Okay. I think what I'm going to do here is have... There's no windows on this side of this building, so if there was enemies in this one, we might not necessarily have engaged them by now. I'm debating trying to touch objective red. Green and white I think I'm just going to write off. At the end of the day, we've killed the enemy commander, we've neutralised the heavy AA asset. We have touched one of the objectives. I think if we call for a ceasefire here, we've won. And I've never really done that before. But it seems unnecessary to me to continue the mission and risk potential further casualties, except for maybe touching objective red, because it's only going to take us one turn to run out and touch it. But even then, we only get an extra 20 points. Yeah, you know what? We're going to call for the ceasefire. Oh, shit. Why did I not get a win? Okay, we failed that one, which is understandable. We got those. We didn't cause sufficient enemy casualties, maybe? The Uncons had 4 wounded, 30 killed, 27 left in the fight. So let's take a look at this. There was an IED down here. Isn't that the one that exploded? Oh, maybe that was there. So there was another one there, and I'm not really sure where the trigger man was. There was also one on objective red. Green didn't have one per se, but it did have one out to the side of it. And white didn't have one either. I do think the guy in this building was the trigger man for the objective red IED, and it does look like every building that the LAV engaged, we basically just annihilated the enemy that was there. This 5-man team was still very much intact. There's a VBID IED trigger man here. Really? Where's your IED then? Oh, I wonder if it's this car that popped up. Vehicle-borne IED. So that car is actually one, and the trigger man for that is down there. We've got a HQ group guy there. Another team there, another team there, another team there. Yeah, I suppose their fighting strength on the east side of town was not really touched at all. I'm not really sure where the trigger man for this is, though, because they all look like fighter groups to me. Now, I suppose it's possible. In fact, I think the first time that I did this this campaign, there was a dude, because I took a very different approach. There was a dude on his own on the second floor of this building. And my initial mortar strike does appear to have landed in parts over here, so it might have hit that building and killed the triggerman. The LAV, I think, took out that one, and I don't know who took out the triggerman for this one, but he's obviously not alive, and they have to have line of sight as well. That's the thing. So he must have been in one of the buildings around the playground somewhere. But, yeah, okay, I very prematurely called for an end to that mission because there was a lot of enemy force left. I mean, I knew there was a lot of enemy force left. That's part of the reason why I called it, because I thought I don't really want to fight them if I've already achieved the objectives. But lesson learned for me, and lesson learned for you guys if you're watching and you're new to combat mission or you're looking at getting into combat mission. If you suspect the enemy still has a large portion of their strength remaining, maybe just keep beating them. Just keep on plugging. But I guess since we're ending Red Barricades, it was a very short mission, but even based on the timer and the map size, it was always going to be a short mission. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed. Comment if you didn't like. Let me know what you didn't like about it. Check me out on Twitch, or feel free to have a look at my Patreon and support me on Patreon as well if you wish. Big thank you to all of my patrons for helping me to continue doing what I'm doing here. Yeah, I will see you on the next mission, guys, which coincidentally is the last mission of the Canadian campaign that I have already seen. I don't know if there's missions beyond that one, but I do know the rough layout of the map, but I never finished the mission that we'll be moving on to, so arguably we'll be entering territory where I don't really know what's what. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will see you on the next one as we go into the next mission for the Canadian campaign, and I'll see you soon. For the time being, it's going to be War Dog out.